Let's get one thing straight. You've been lying to yourself. You believe that a packed calendar means a full life. You think your exhaustion is some kind of badge of honor. Well, today, we are tearing down that entire facade. We are going to expose the grand illusion of busyness and force you to confront the reality you've been conditioned to run from.
Here is the unspoken rule you need to hear. That crushing feeling of being constantly overwhelmed, the exhaustion you wear like a medal, it isn't proof of your importance. It is a social construct. It's a trap. And you helped build the very cage you're now stuck in. You're trapped in a frantic cycle of activity that feels productive, but accomplishes almost nothing of real value.
Look, this isn't some new age productivity hack I'm talking about. This is ancient wisdom. Over 2,000 years ago, Socrates warned us about this exact thing. He knew that a life crammed with activity but devoid of purpose is barren. It's empty. And right now, we're going to break down precisely why that ancient truth is more critical for your survival today than ever before.
To really tear this illusion apart, we have to start inside your own skull. See, the problem isn't just your overflowing schedule, it's your brain's basic programming. There are cognitive glitches deep in your wiring that are actively sabotaging you, forcing you to ignore what actually matters. First on the list, urgency bias. This isn't just a bad habit. It's a fundamental flaw in your mental hardware. Your brain is a junkie for the cheap, quick thrill of finishing something with a short deadline. It's a fact. Studies show we will reliably pick an objectively worse, less important task simply because it feels more pressing. We chase the small wins while the big opportunities die on the vine.
And that glitch is made so much worse by this next one, decision fatigue. Think of your willpower, your ability to make good choices, like a muscle. Every single decision you make, from what to eat for breakfast to a major business call, it fatigues that muscle. And as the day wears on, that muscle gets weaker and weaker until the quality of your decisions just plummets. You start making irrational, short-sighted choices, not because you're weak, but because your cognitive tank is empty.
And don't think this is just some abstract theory. This is elite-level strategy. President Obama knew about this cognitive limit. He systematically eliminated trivial choices, like what suit to wear, to preserve his mental bandwidth for the decisions that actually shaped the world. He wasn't being boring, he was being a warrior, protecting his most lethal weapon, his focus.
And if you think this is some minor inconvenience, look at this. These are the real-world consequences. A landmark study of parole judges revealed something terrifying. In the morning, when they were fresh, judges granted parole in about 65% of cases. But by late afternoon, after a long day of making decisions, that number dropped to less than 10%. Same judges, same types of cases. The only real difference was how mentally tired they were. This isn't about productivity anymore. People's lives were fundamentally altered by this cognitive glitch.
Okay, so we've looked at the internal sabotage. You see how your own mind is working against you. Now let's look at the external symptoms. It is time for a diagnostic. Are you actually productive, or are you just trapped in the cult of busy? Because believe me, there is a massive, massive difference.
This chart lays it all out. There's no hiding. On one side, you have busy. That's the illusion. It's totally reactive. A to-do list that never ends. Constantly multitasking, which is a myth, by the way, saying yes to every little demand. That's the path of least resistance. On the other side, you have productive, and that is reality. It is intentional. It's a short, ruthlessly prioritized list. It's a singular focus on one thing at a time, and it's wielding the strategic power of saying no. This isn't about working harder. It's about having the discipline to work on what matters.
So, does any of this hit a little too close to home? We call this the activity trap. It's when the sheer volume of your work fools you, gives you the feeling of being productive, even when you're making zero progress on your actual goals. You're mistaking motion for forward movement. And let's be honest, a lot of the time, busyness is just a convenient place to hide. It's a shield against the fear of tackling the big, scary projects that could actually change your life.
But here's the thing. It's not entirely your fault. It's time to zoom out, because there are much bigger systemic forces designed to keep you in this trap. The very architecture of our society is, in many ways, rigged to exploit your psychology. This brings us to a critical concept you have to understand: time poverty. It's a system that is engineered to devour your time, to keep you just busy enough to stay afloat but too exhausted to ever get ahead. And this is not an accident. It's manufactured. Societal pressures glorify the hustle. Your job demands constant availability, and institutional bureaucracy drowns you in paperwork.
These forces work together to create a chronic scarcity of your most precious, non-renewable resource, your time. Now, look at what the scarcity does to your brain. It's devastating and it's quantifiable. Researchers found that the mental load of just worrying about money imposes what they call a bandwidth tax. It costs you, on average, 13 IQ points. Let that sink in. The stress of just getting by robs you of the same amount of cognitive function as losing an entire night of sleep, every single day. This right here shows you how a scarcity mindset completely hijacks your brain's operating system. It shoves you into what psychologists call tunneling. Your focus narrows to only the most immediate crisis, paying this month's rent, dealing with this urgent email. It consumes every ounce of your mental energy, so you literally can't think about long-term goals. You are trapped in a reactive, short-term survival mode that makes meaningful progress almost impossible. So how the hell do we break out of this? Let me be clear. This is not about downloading a new to-do list app. This requires a conscious rebellion. A rebellion against a toxic culture that has convinced you that being busy is noble and that being exhausted means you're winning. And this is the heart of the rebellion. Hustle culture worships one god: speed. How fast did you reply? How many things did you check off your list? But that's a false god. True productivity, real effectiveness, has only one metric: meaningful results. Are you actually moving closer to your real goals? That is the only question that matters. Period. You have to see hustle culture for what it is. It's the illusion of optimization. It's a con. It trains you to focus on outputs, the hours you log, the emails you send, instead of outcomes, which is the actual value you create in the world. It is a mass distraction, keeping you addicted to shallow work so you never have the time or the energy to build something that truly lasts. So I'm going to leave you with this one question, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Look at your day, your week, your life. Is your energy focused on genuine progress, or are you just addicted to the feeling of activity?
Because in the end, you're standing at a crossroads. You can go back to your life, keep participating in the grand illusion of busyness, and stay comfortably numb. Or you can make the conscious choice to wake up, to see reality for what it is, and to reclaim your focus, your time, and your life. The choice is yours.
So if you are ready to stop playing games and make that commitment, then your rebellion starts now. Subscribe to this channel for the unspoken rules of reality. Activate notifications to awaken your mind and keep it sharp. Like this right now to declare your commitment to yourself. And comment below with the one truth from this analysis that hit you the hardest. It's time to stop being busy and start being dangerous.